Royal in shock as Prince William granted rare titles providing access to vast wealth ***. The royal family was left reeling this week as news broke that Prince William, the future King of England, had been granted a series of rare titles that grant him access to immense personal wealth. Sources close to the palace indicate that the decision, made quietly in recent months, has caused significant tension and discord behind the palace walls. The details of William's new titles are remarkable. In addition to his well-known roles as the Duke of Cambridge, Earl of Strathern, and Baron Carrickfergus, the prince has now also been named the Duke of Cornwall, Duke of Rothesay, Earl of Carrick, Baron of Renfrew, Lord of the Isles, and Prince and Great Steward of Scotland. But before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for updates. These titles, which were previously held by his father Prince Charles, provide William with control over the Duchy of Cornwall, a vast real estate and financial empire valued at over £1 billion. The duchy owns land across southwest England, including commercial, residential, and agricultural properties that generate massive annual revenues. This is an extraordinarily rare and unprecedented move, said royal historian Professor Simone Turner. The Duchy of Cornwall is essentially a private estate that has belonged to the heir to the throne for centuries. For William to now control these assets is a huge shift in power and wealth within the royal family. Insiders suggest the decision was made in part to prepare for an eventual transfer of power, with the aging Queen Elizabeth and ailing Prince Charles both having health issues in recent years. By granting William control of the duchy now, the thinking goes, it will ensure a smoother transition of royal assets when Charles ultimately cedes the throne. However, the move has clearly ruffled feathers. Multiple sources report that Charles is deeply displeased with the decision, feeling that it undermines his own authority and legacy. The two princes are said to have engaged in heated private discussions about the matter, with William steadfastly defending the decision. There's no doubt this has created tension and friction between the two future kings, said royal correspondent Emily Weston. Charles has poured his heart and soul into managing the duchy for decades, and now he has to hand over the reins to his son. That's got to sting, no matter how well-intentioned the move might be. The granting of the new titles also raises questions about William's future role and decision-making power. With control over such vast wealth and assets, the prince will now have significantly more autonomy and the ability to shape his own agenda, rather than deferring to his father or the Queen. This is a game-changing moment, said Professor Turner. William is no longer just the spare heir. He's now a major power broker within the family with the means to drive his own priorities and initiatives. That's something we haven't really seen before with a future monarch. Those priorities remain to be seen, but royal watchers are already speculating about how William might choose to wield his newfound influence. Some believe he may focus on environmental causes, having been vocal about issues like climate change and conservation in recent years. Others suggest he could seek to revamp the public image of the monarchy, working to make it more modern and relatable to younger generations. Of course, the elephant in the room is the impact this could have on the line of succession. With William now controlling such substantial assets, there are bound to be questions about whether he might seek to position himself, or his own children, more directly in line for the throne. The palace has strongly denied any such plans, insisting this is simply about an orderly transfer of power. But the rumor mill is already in overdrive, with tabloids speculating wildly about potential power struggles and palace intrigue. In the absence of a clear public explanation, the imagination has been left to run wild. For now, the royal family appears to be doing its best to project a united front. The Queen has publicly praised William's new roles, while Charles has pledged his full support for his son's leadership. But the tension and uncertainty hanging over Buckingham Palace is palpable. This is uncharted territory, said Weston. We're in a period of major transition within the monarchy, and William's new powers have added a whole new layer of complexity. It's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out in the months and years ahead.